Gigi's Playhouse is gearing up to open the very first Down Syndrome Achievement Center in South Carolina. Their mission? To transform how we see Down syndrome and promote inclusion for all. We are joined by Gigi's Playhouse Charleston board member Brian Hartmann. Brian, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And can you remind us about what Gigi's Playhouse is?
Yeah, so Gigi's Playhouse was founded almost 20 years ago in Chicago by a mom who just recently gave birth to a Down syndrome baby. She found out basically on the birthing table, and she found it was really scary. There was a lack of resources in her community at the time, and she wanted to change that. So she opened up a place where basically families could come together to support each other. And since then, they've opened 59 locations across the country to serve hundreds of thousands of individuals with Down syndrome, but also their families.
Yeah. What is the closest location now that we have?
Not close enough here to the Charleston market. So the closest is a major one, a big one in a major city in Charlotte.
Okay. And this location here in Charleston is gearing up to open this year, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting. So the location, we are holding back on announcing it just because we're very excited. We want to make sure that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. But we are working on a pretty large facility because we're not just going to be servicing these families and individuals that are here in Charleston, but also from hours away.
Absolutely. And so can you speak to the different programs and services that Gigi's Playhouse offers for individuals with Down syndrome, but also their families?
Yeah, this is the unique offering that really comes with a relationship with Gigi's. First and foremost, everything that families and individuals are receiving at our centers is completely free. We're 99% volunteer driven, so although we do have licensed therapists and teachers that are in facilities, most of the people that are helping and guiding the programs are volunteers. So the programs start right from the prenatal conversations that a family who may be just learning that they're pregnant with a Down syndrome baby are gonna have resources there to help them figure out what's next, all the way through the Down syndrome individual's lifespan. So from learning how to walk and talk, to preparing for preschool, all the way to adulthood, where we be provided skills and programs to help them prepare for the workforce. So one-on-one tutoring in English, learning how to read and write, mathematics, all the things that they're going to need to really set up to achieve big things in their lives.
And now, not at this specific location in Charleston, not yet, but we were speaking earlier and you mentioned that there are, in some other locations, that there are actually shops.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So in some of our locations across the country, we actually open coffee stores that are called Hugs and Mugs. And this is really to provide job skills to folks that are coming through the Gigi's program with Down syndrome and giving them first experience at how to serve people, build their customer service skills, and the communities love it. These are amazing coffee shops, really good service, but also a good product, and you get to really experience folks with Down syndrome and experience like the love that they can provide to their community. Just amazing.
Yeah. And so over the past 20 years, I mean, the evolution is incredible, from the place in Chicago to now 59 locations. So what do you hope that the next 20 years looks like for Gigi's Playhouse?
I hope that it just becomes a household name, right? Every day, about 17 babies across the United States are born with Down syndrome. And for so many of those families, they just don't know where to start, where those resources are. It would be great that Gigi's just becomes like this household name. That when we're announcing it to major cities like here in Charleston, they already know what it's about and they're excited to have it. And that's what we're really trying to build, one location at a time.
Yeah. And you guys have an event coming up. Can you give us the details?
Yeah, so we are holding our annual fundraising gala on July 13th. Kind of the theme this year is Christmas in July. It's an exciting year for us because, as you mentioned, we are opening up the first center in all of South Carolina, luckily enough right here in Charleston. So we're going to bring together a couple hundred people. It's open to the public. You can buy tickets right on our website. If you're a corporate sponsor or a company that shares this mission with us, there is plenty of opportunity for partnership, corporate mission, and sponsoring there. But we are very excited about the gala this year. It's an important one for us.
So where can we find more information about this event, but also how we can support Gigi's Playhouse coming to Charleston?
Yeah, we could use a lot of different kinds of support from volunteers in our facilities who maybe they were teachers, or they just have a passion, or maybe they have a family member that doesn't necessarily live by but they want to give back. There's plenty of opportunities to do that. You can go to gigisplayhouse.org/Charleston, learn everything about what's going on at our locations. That's also where you could buy tickets for our July 13th gala. But there are plenty of opportunities to volunteer, to be part of some of our programming, and even to help us with some of our build out that we're going to be doing over the next couple of months at our Charleston location.
How exciting is that, Brian? Thank you so much for joining us today and talking about this exciting, important thing that's coming to Charleston.
Thank you, and thank you so much for the community support already.
Absolutely. We're back in 2 minutes.